Howdy y'all, and welcome back to my hashtag I Am a Champion series. So today I want to talk to you about what being a champion is. Now I know I'm not an expert in the field, but I've been really thinking and praying about how to talk about this since that's the whole topic of this Olympic series for me is I am a champion. So what does it look like to be a champion? And what are we trying to represent when we say that I am a champion? Well, it's really bothered me for a lot of years that whenever you hear about a champion's story, it seems like the end. Like, this is what made me great, and it's like this non-verbal idea that they lived happily ever after, just like in a fairy tale. Except they don't get the prince or the princess in the end, and no one rides off in a white horse. But we get that idea that once they became a champion, everything's great, and we never have to think about it again. Every book that's been written, every article that's been done, sorry for that, is about that moment when they became a champion and not much else. But when I think about the greatest champions that I look for as examples in my life, they weren't ones that just walked away after the great moment. They were ones that were repeat defending champions, as they are called in the sports world. Scott Hamilton being one, Bonnie Blair, one of my greatest influences of love of the Olympic sport. Repeat, repeat, repeat. They didn't go home and just hang up their medal and forget about it. They continued either in their sport or continued to be some kind of good example for the next generation. Kristi Yamaguchi, I believe she only was in one Olympics or won one medal, but she continued to be a great example to the next generation of Olympic figure skaters. She continued to skate with Scott Hamilton on his Stars on Ice. I thought she had been in several Olympics because I had just been following that career. I think she's a great champion. I think Scott Hamilton is an amazing champion, and Bonnie Blair an amazing champion. Anyways, so when I look at champions, I look at people who continue to fight each day, each year, to be the champion that we all raise them up to be. Now, yes, these are people, and we're not supposed to put them on pedestals as being gods, and I understand that. But I wanted to talk about this today because it also does affect our spiritual life. Because the Bible talks about in Luke 9:23. Now, I know this is a little out of context, so there's a lot more to this, and I would really recommend you studying the full passage of this, not just this little snippet that I'm grabbing. But it's throughout a lot of places in Scripture, and this is one that I found. Jesus is talking to the disciples, and he says, if anyone wishes to come to me, he must deny himself and take up his cross and daily follow me. Now, we're talking about being a champion. Why should we be denying ourselves, right? And it seems totally contrary, but some of the greatest champions of all time, what makes them great is they're not full of themselves. They're not, they don't constantly beat their chest and say, I am the best. In fact, when they do, it kind of makes them annoying, and we try and figure out a way to knock them off that pedestal because really they don't deserve it. And spiritually, when it comes to being a champion, I see throughout Scripture that we are told to, one, deny ourselves. The last shall be first, the first shall be last. The foolish shall shame the wise. All sorts of places throughout Scripture, that is a theme. And another theme is to daily do it, to daily work out our faith. That's what we are called to throughout Scripture. Not just one place, even though that's where I found it, but throughout Scripture, it's a theme that we are to daily do that. And so what a champion is to me, and why I really wanted to do this series also, is because it's great to say that I am a champion because I have achieved something. But how much better is it to say every day, I am a champion today because I made it through. Because today I didn't let this, and this get to me enough that I couldn't get out of bed today. Sometimes that's what it looks like to be a champion on a daily basis. For me, this week it has meant that despite the fact that at the beginning of the year I pretty much walked away from all my good habits of Bible study with my friends, of doing my hashtag series, sorry, my dogs are distracting me, of really keeping in touch with some of my mentors, and I was really depressed because of that, and a lot had gone to the wayside. So this week, that champion side of me has been, in my opinion, getting back into that Bible study with one of my friends and really talking about real issues with some of my mentors and Bible study partners, and doing this series and daily working this out. And I don't know, maybe tomorrow I won't feel like a champion, and maybe this will even be hard to post on the day that I plan to post this. I don't know, but that's what being a champion looks like to me. Not necessarily the person who has it all together and has done one amazing thing in their life, but the people who consistently do what they feel called to do. Whether it be a sport, whether it be spiritually, whether it be fighting depression daily and they figure it out even though it is really, really hard, but they work at it, or whether it be just getting up and going to work, despite how hard that work is for you. I believe we all can be champions, but I don't believe it just ends one day when you do your best job. I believe it's daily working it out. So, that's it for today. I never know how to end these things properly, so I guess I'll just say bye for now, and I hope you're enjoying the Olympics, and yeah, I don't really have a challenge for today, except to continue to ask you how you feel like you are a champion today. Yeah, there we go. How do you feel like a champion today? And or, who are you rooting for today in the Olympics? So there you go. Hashtag I am a champion. Hashtag I am abled, because I am is abled. All right. Ciao for now. Bye.